was just creating, making your mind move a little bit so that you can kind of get an idea on how your business gets broken down. So there's a lot of times when I'm in networking situations, and I do about 12 networking events a week throughout northern Colorado. And a lot of times when I'm coming in to someone that's kind of new in their business, maybe a little bit new to networking, they get a little nervous, and what they end up doing is when you say hi to them, they just start verbally vomiting everything they've ever done in their lives in the hopes that you buy one thing they just said. But it's so confusing when they tell you everything they've ever done for you to get one thing out of it that makes sense. So it's much simpler for all of us if you just tell me one thing you do. So what we're looking at, you can continue to break down the different categories. And this is just some that I took down for you to break down what's your competitive advantage. That could be your story for that day, or that's your intro, your commercial that you're gonna use that day. And sometimes we use 2 or 3 different ones. So we're gonna give you a formula and you're just gonna fit it in. So that way you wanna be prepared, you wanna practice these, so when you're doing a 60-second commercial, because that's what I'm gonna suggest when you go to networking events. We're gonna break this down to 60 seconds. Because when you go to a networking event, we were at one last night, you did an amazing job as our MC. We had about 40-ish people in a room. So that means if you wanted, well, I guess, how many people do you want to talk to in a room? If there's 40. 39 of them, because you beat the other one? All right, so if you want to talk to 40 people in the hour meeting we had, how many minutes do you get per person? Yeah.
How many do you talk to in a room full of 40?
So normally 3 to 6 minutes per person, so it would be less than 10. Truly beyond that, and I'm looking for 5 things. When I'm talking to someone, yes, no, maybe, future, or referral. How are you fitting into my world? Can you help me? Can I help you? What does it look like? If it doesn't fit those 5, if you're there just to sell your stuff, probably because you haven't been trained on a network yet, I think you're gonna turn off the person that you're talking to. So yes, no, maybe, referral, future business. Those are the 5 I'm looking for. So maybe 10, 8 to 10. And when I say I'm talking to you, I'm grabbing a business card from you. I'm handing you my business card. We're just gonna make it real, well, let's start here. Do any of you have a digital business card? All right, is that your only business card? Thank you. Because there's no damn way I want your shit on my phone. I just don't. I don't even know if I like you yet. So if I don't know, like, and trust you, I don't want you on my phone. And dude, no, stand here, screw that. I am not a fan, I don't wanna see it until we get to know each other better. Not first time or you get, oh, it's the only card I got, cool dude, you picked the wrong event. You do that when you know people really well, then I want you on my phone. So I'm such not a fan, not a fan. Print a business card, spend the 30, 40 bucks, get business cards. Because what I'm gonna do with that, I write on that business card for every networking event I go to. I'm gonna write the event we have, the date I met you, and maybe something about what we talked about. Because I'm gonna do that, I'd probably give it 3 minutes on each side. That's where we're at 6 minutes, and we're gonna back it up, so that's where there's 8 to 10 probably people I'm gonna talk to. Finding those 5 questions, and then I'm gonna email you when I get back, usually within 48 hours. And I'm gonna email you, and if I don't get a response from you, I'm gonna throw that card away. There's too many people I talk to, if we can't get a relationship, if you don't do follow-up, you don't do your side, dude, there's no other on my side. How are you gonna treat my clients that I refer to you? Or my friends or my customers I refer to you? I'm gonna expect it's gonna be the same damn way. You're not gonna respond, or you're not gonna answer your phone. So that's how I treat business cards when I go into a networking situation. That's why I want your physical business card. Later, if we like each other, I may want to put your information in my telephone. Until then, hell no. Dude, I don't need your 8 social medias. I don't know you yet. That's too soon. Because the only reason we're in networking groups, it's not for you to talk 10, 20 minutes to one person. We're there because we got a group of people together that are usually like-minded, and we're looking to grow our business. I don't have time to figure out exactly all you do and what you do in that time frame. Same thing. Yes.
What if someone is taking 20 minutes and you're a nice person and you don't interrupt?
Shut your hole and move on.
No, but how do you interrupt in a polite way saying, okay, I have to talk to more people?
Oh, so you're rid of any answers out here? How do you stop
Can
that?
you turn the music
Oh, I
off?
can turn it off, yeah.
Sorry, I literally didn't hear what she said.
Good.
Oh, I didn't even notice there was music.
I know, isn't that weird? Some people like can totally focus and I was totally distracted.
I was asking what if somebody pulls you aside, it's 20-minute conversation, which happens often, and I'm like, hey, I'm done talking to you, but I don't know how to tell you, so please stop talking. How would you generally go about that?
Hashtag exit strategy.
Yeah, like what's the exit strategy?
I
Talk
usually,
more.
I will usually just, it was so great to meet you, I would love to connect, I really have to go talk to this person over here, that, should like,
Okay.
that's like, I see someone, I have to talk to them about something, but I really wanna connect with you. Great
If you know
to meet
nobody else there, you just still say that.
Go up to another person, pretend, they don't know that you don't know them.
Okay.
Like, but just make sure you thank them for meeting them, that you enjoyed meeting them, you'd love to connect, but that you see someone that you actually have to, talk to someone about
That's
something.
like.
They have no idea who you know.
Yeah.
And if it's a stranger, walk up to that stranger, introduce yourself, and start a whole new connection.
Anyone else?
Also, sometimes just use the restroom excuse.
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
have an incoming call coming in, like, it's, yeah, the restroom works usually every time. And then it's a chance for me to reset too, like, because that's probably was kind of an exhausting meeting and I need to like, okay, who's the next person I wanna talk to, what I wanna do, so
Yeah,
I'll
that's
hop
good.
in and then fresh up and then come.
Since it's a networking meeting, it's the power of connecting them with another relationship.
Good.
Hey, have you met,
Yeah, I
so-and-so?
got that too, pass them off.
And as long as you're doing it legitimately, I mean, don't be passing them off if you just like get rid of them, but it's a great way, because then they go get talking, all right, hey, glad you guys met, I'm gonna go visit with a few more people, we'll see you at the end.
And that's what I do, I normally take them with me,
Yeah.
and we'll talk, and then continue to talk, oh, this is Jessica, I did it to you the other day. Right, but I passed you off to the property manager. Mhm. That way you got to meet them, they were and they were only talking amongst themselves. I did it with you yesterday. So, yeah, it's just that, then you become the connector, you're trying to connect other people to other people, and it lets you move on to the next person.
Yeah.
Alright, any other questions? Alright, so now what do we do with that 60-second commercial? How do we format it and make it work? So I break it down. Right, Marie?
Yep.
How do we do it? Remember? So Marie and I spent an hour together yesterday just talking about this.
Intro.
Right, so the first thing we're gonna do is an introduction of yourself. So introduction meaning your name and business. What's the second thing? So then you're gonna usually pick a topic. So you have just written down 4 or 5 topics, right, for your business? Hopefully, that I just had you write down just now. We're gonna pick one of those. Then what's our next thing?
Story.
So then we're gonna have a story. So that story is gonna have to have 2 parts to it.
3.
Shit, 3.
Cause, effect, and solution.
Right, and cause and effect. So really you wanna know what the problem is and what the solution is, right? Problem and solution, yeah. Cause and effect.
Okay, cause and effect is one.
So you wanna know how you help someone, where the warm fuzzy come from. It should be the topic you were just brought up before that. So all of this fits in 60 seconds. So like 5 for the intro, couple seconds for your topic. You're gonna have about 20 seconds for your story, and then we're gonna come to the next portion, which is what?
Close it with the
Ask.
tagline. Oh, yeah, well, I wasn't sure about that. Ask.
Yes, so next you gotta ask for something. So when you're talking to people, you're gonna ask for something, or you're gonna explain what a good referral is. So you did yesterday outlining this for us. You asked them to, hey, tell me who's a great referral for you, right? That you prompted all of them to not fuck it up. So good job.
Set them up for success.
Yes, so that way when you come through it, you kind of have an idea. So you wanna ask for something. So a great referral for me would be, and it better be part of your, whatever your story was about. Cause you wanna keep this all in line, cause we are, remember how much attention span we have? 7 seconds. So if all this shit isn't about the same thing, you're gonna lose me in between. Even though it's only 60 seconds worth, that's 5 times I done forgot what you were talking about, if it's not all the same. So the topic should be what the story's about, should be who you're asking for. And then how do we end it?
With the tagline and
If you have a tagline, sure, or at least end it with your name and business, because as we're going around a group and we're talking, even if we do it in big, because sometimes I'll do it in a group of 4 or 5, so I'm saying it once instead of 50 times when we're doing our intros, or we're doing it in a big group and you're going around, say your name again. Because, you know, when you first said it, I might not have cared, then you'd had a badass story, and so now I wanna know who you are, say your name again. So that way we gotta get a feel for it. So that is the outline, and you just plug a different portion of your business, a product, a service, an advantage. Competitive advantages are a great way to tell a story about what made you better, and then that story is gonna be about what made you better. So we have any questions on the outline?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
okay, so, we both go to the NOCO producers meetings,
Yes.
and I don't really see too many people following a format like this.
Right?
They're mostly just not saying hi to each other.
Isn't that nuts?
So if I started doing this, do you think there'd be some pushback? No. Do you do this there? I'm gonna be watching you.
Yes. Do you guys know what he's talking about? What group?
It's a great group.
It is. So there are so many networking groups. You find what fits you. Some are going to be real estate based. Even though they say real estate, it's not all real estate. It is a ton of people from every different background in the world, and they don't know that you need you until you train them that they need you. That's really, and because they don't know how to refer to you, they're not listening for trigger words. They need help. They are single focused, single minded. So this isn't a group of realtors.
Is it no code real producers?
Now, what's it called? It's
I thought it was just NOCO producers, I don't know.
there's a real name for it.
So,
Or maybe there's a name I call it. Anyway. So it's just a group of real estate minded people, but they need services and help from others, and painters would be a good place for you to network, would be around realtors, because they're trying to get people to make their house suck less than the neighbor's house so they can sell it faster.
But to your point, I think clarity, when people think about networking, they don't think about going in with a clear mission. I think they think about going in just to be in a room with a bunch of other people. So it's like, oh, I'm networking, but then to Ronnie's point, networking is making an intentional connection with somebody for the purpose of business, sales, friendship. So
Yeah.
coming into a place, knowing why you're there, who you're there to meet, the target audience and the service you can provide that meets the target audience is where your money is. So if you end up in a room and you start to realize like, these actually aren't my ideal clients, that's not somewhere where you need to do the pitch, because like, look to make a friend or referral. So it's also being aware of who's in the room and how they're gonna help you the most and who you can help the most. But it's that clarity piece. So if this is all over the place, then you're gonna be confused, and then you're communicating confusion to the people in it too. So it's clarity on our part as business owners going in, saying, I know who I am, I know the value I add, and here's how it helps this group of people. Or you work on a number of these depending on what piece of value you're looking to add.
So it's all specificity.
Well, I
Cause
get that.
otherwise, we just
Yeah.
end up as a bunch of people shooting the breeze in a room, which is great
But
for
that's what it
us,
is.
but not great for business.
That's what it is. So you employ some of the same tactics we just talked about, because a lot of them are gonna be realtor on realtor. Do you guys wanna really talk to each other? Realtors?
I don't care.
For a second, but do you spend most of your time talking to other realtors in a networking group? Or should you?
No,
Do you want to? No, right? Because you're a realtor.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk to others, you want to talk to those, potentially, but you want to talk to some folks that can help you a little bit more. Sometimes you're looking for the service. So that's why you want to be clear with what you're discussing for that day, and what competitive advantage you're gonna be, or that you're gonna do even as a realtor. Do you have specialties?
yeah,
Right, so who knows what those are?
sometimes I
You-
might know.
Sometimes you do,
Yeah.
right? But do you know? Are you aging in place, or, right, there's a whole bunch of them.
So
Sometimes there's also, sorry, go ahead.
well, I got, so what I'm getting out of this is, it's a tremendous opportunity because there's a lot of unmet needs because nobody's networking there. And so
Not with intention,
they're there because they wanna be networked too, but
Mhm.
nobody's doing it.
but they don't know how to do it. Nobody's taught them how to, and that's ridiculous, because these folks have been around for a while.
Yeah,
I was just saying where the benefit for realtor to network with is you wanna work with people that you know, like, and trust, you know? So like, if I see that her name is on, like, say I have 2 identical houses, and I have her, and then I have someone else, I know and like and trust her, they're identical houses, I'm gonna wanna probably work with her, you know? So, just like if you have an awful experience with an agent, which I have, and I see her on a listing, and someone else that I don't know, not gonna go to that one, you know? So it is, and then even things like me and Andrew just collaborated, you know? So there are some benefits to it, but it shouldn't be like your total, you need to diversify.
So Romy, do you think it's confusing that I have 2 name tags on? Because I feel like I can always talk to somebody about something.
We all do, and that's where verbal comment comes in, so normally we wanna be specific when you're pitching. So when you're talking about something, I pick one, and not only one, you're picking one specific instance or competitive advantage or benefit of that one thing.
Cause I always introduce myself
I
in a
know.
group and say both, because I want people, I don't know
They're gonna know.
this.
They're gonna know. So when we network, we generally network in groups that are established and we're gonna go to multiple times. Your job isn't to vomit all over me what you do necessarily, it's to get me trained specifically on one thing and make it clear. When you tell me you do everything, there's no clarity. So make it one, cause guess what? I'm gonna see you again. Guess what? I'm gonna see you 2 or 3
You don't
times.
think I should say both when I'm introducing myself?
You do whatever you want.
I
It's
don't
okay,
think I
as you
do.
make it. If you, I think if you're gonna, go ahead.
So I met
Cause you saw me
I
last
met
night.
you for the first time last night, I don't remember both the things you do, all I remember was that you helped with volunteer rideshare.
Okay.
So, if that's kind of like, that's helpful, I don't remember the other thing you do, which might be more important than the volunteer rideshare part, I just remember the volunteer rideshare part. So it's one of those where it's like, we can only take in so much, and what's most important for you to communicate to the particular audience that you're
Okay.
to, so reading the room. And I think that's what's frustrating about networking, I get frustrated about it, is there's not, like, one pitch isn't the pitch. It's, okay, who's in the room, what's gonna be the most value add to them, who's the person they're talking to, what's gonna be most helpful for you, and so it's kind of this, it's like business, right? It's this dynamic conversation of, I'm observing,
You're getting a feel for it, you get to know the room, the
Yeah.
other part, you get to know the people.
and getting to know people, they'll know, like, and trust.
Yes,
Totally.
because there's doing, go ahead.
No, so I struggle with going to them because I don't know what my value is to other people, like, to helping other people. Like, I feel like I can explain what I do and what we do and why it's good for them, and why somebody might wanna work with us. I've shied away from going for things because I don't know how to help the other people in the room build their business.
Word of mouth.
You're a connector.
And one thing in that I wanna mention in that formula is the story. Cause I think that is a very good hook to get people to hear your name and listen to what you do. Cause if you don't have a good story, then they tune out.
Yeah, well, and that's why you spend 3 to 5 minutes with somebody, like, this is
Yeah.
60 seconds, because we're there to know what you do. But then it's the other to know, like, and trust is built in those other 3 minutes and 30 seconds, it's like, it's part of my story, here's what I'm here, here's what I'm doing.
You're answering those 5 questions, right? Yes, no, maybe, future, referral.
You also
Yeah,
own,
I was-
sorry.
No, that's okay. I was gonna add to that, the story part. So I'm really trying to do the networking thing. I've been here for 2 years, haven't really been doing it. And so you saw me yesterday. And so this week, in every networking I go to, I'm telling the same story. It actually doesn't have anything to do with anybody I've seen yet, but I've gotten great responses from it because it's something that sets me apart. So there was another massage therapist in the room, really nice lady, great. She said what she said, and I said, hey, I work with people who have hardware. If you've got a rod in your back, if you've had something missing and replaced, if you've got, that's something really unique that sets me apart. And say, I'm not afraid to touch these clients. You know, I'm very familiar with them. I used to work with veterans. So even though, I don't know, somebody in that room might be a veteran, you know, somebody will know somebody who's in that position or something, and those people, just by their unique circumstance, guess what? They have a lot of soft tissue issues and pain. So I had people coming up to me afterwards that I didn't have any idea that they would connect with me, you know, who weren't missing parts or anything, but they knew somebody who was. So that's where the story comes in, picking something that you're really good at, that you like doing for people. And if you don't know anybody in the room, like saying that, and that I think is what will set you apart, because that's what has proven true for me this week. So, not like speaking as
And
like
right
an
after we
expert.
talked, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we had a little 1 hour meeting together, and then different stuff happens. All right, so now you get to actually make your commercial. So we're gonna use the formula we have on top. So my name is Romy, owner of RC Auto Detail and Carpet Cleaning. I am your odor specialist. I had a client call me, he was a property manager. They had a furnished rental. I went in there, there was an odor, a smell. I think the dog was dragging his ass across the sofa that was in there, smelled horrible. There was a couple of pee stains in the bedroom. So there's multiple things we gotta do to make something right that's funky. So we went in there, we sprayed it with an enzyme-based deodorizer, break down protein, bacteria, hot water steam extraction, just put a funk in the air. So all I did was make it hot and blow around. So a little ozone clears out the air, little deodorizer, makes everything pretty afterwards, left there, smelled brand new, enough to where I'd stick my face in it. So a great referral for me would be a property manager that doesn't have shit on their sofa. So it's on Romy with RC Auto Detail and Carpet Cleaning. I provide the right look, right location right now. That's fine.
Awesome.
That's my one piece. So now you know I do what?
How many seconds was that?
Take out smells.
Pick out smells. I'm looking for a property manager referral. I clean upholstery. Things you're gonna take out of the story because they were all the same. What I do, what it looks like, who I'm looking for, and closing it out. So now, I give you, where are we at? 4 minutes to write one of the products, services, competitive advantage you put down. You got 4 minutes to write your own commercial real quick. And then whoever looks least prepared, I'm gonna call on you.
I don't know how to minimize my list.
You don't need to, just pick one of those.
Too much. It's like losing trash, my water mold, bio-GC, remodel.
All you do is pick one.
Recovery.
Pick mold.
Okay,
So following the same format,
okay.
you're gonna, your name, business, the topic's gonna be mold. And then what you want client you helped with mold. What does that look like? So you're gonna have the problem, the solutions, you created it, who you're asking for is gonna be that same client. And then you show them your business.
Okay.
Could you expand on the ask part again?
So in my story, I was asking, a great referral for me would be a property manager that doesn't have nasty furniture in their units.
Okay.
So now it's got you thinking that we do the nasty furniture, but I am looking for a property manager.
Gotcha, okay.
You wanna need more time? Looks like- I see a lot of eyeballs. Okay, a few more seconds. What was your staller that you had yesterday?
Oh, I have no idea. Literally just like Spotify clean party playlist. I don't know what came up.
All right, so you can still finish up. Now's the fun part. So you can either volunteer or be volunteered. Which way you wanna go?
You tell us what to do.
You. All right, thank you, Marie, for volunteering. You wanna stand up and give us your commercial?
Stand up.
Yes,
Alright.
stand up to be heard.
Okay, really very kindly. My name is Marie Warren. I am a, can I start over?
Yeah, go ahead. All right, read it.
My name is Marie Warren and I am a realtor and, this makes me nervous.
I like your matchmaking. You said-
Yes.
Okay, seriously,
That was
would be
yesterday's,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
And you remembered it from yesterday.
It's all right here.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. Okay, my name is Marie Warren and I'm a matchmaker.
Yes.
I had a client who, aged out of his home and he was moved into assisted living before I actually even got to meet him. The house was in distress, had been a leak going on for who knows how long, and was just loaded with stuff that he had collected over the years, and so I arranged for an estate salespeople to come in, and they did a fantastic job. I had the plumber there, got the leak fixed, I had a roofer there, got that fixed, and then we went on the market. We were under contract in 5 days. We closed in less than 30. He made great money and, is doing quite well. And so I'm looking for anybody who is in the aging population who is looking to downsize or they're aging out into assisted living. My name is Marie Warren. Results that move you.
Awesome, good job. 53 seconds. All right, so feedback? Any feedback?
While we get started, what you've done on the roll there.
I would be more clear on the matchmaker. What are you matchmaking? Like, are you gonna set me up with my next husband? Like, what are you matchmaking? So like, I'm a real estate matchmaker, or something like that.
Yeah, I was like,
And you're-
sign me up.
But still, same time, gotta get your attention. Any other feedback?
Should I say I'm Marie Warren with Coldwell Banker? I'm a real estate matchmaker.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay, great.
And
Yeah.
at the end, bringing back in the phrase matchmaker, because you said you got the plumber, you got this, you got that, and then you were just like, oh, I'm gonna do real estate, be like, end with the, matchmaker thing again, cause it makes you memorable, 'cause you know.
You do it twice.
Something about what you
Maybe
like.
take out
I love
results.
creating matches or something like that.
Yeah,
Or switch it up, you try it out.
yeah.
My only concern with the whole thing is your ask.
Yeah.
What was the ask?
Anybody in the aging population is looking to.
Yeah, so that is so broad, it doesn't make me think of anyone.
Yeah.
So what you wanna do with an ask is make my mental Rolodex spin. So maybe it's more specific, hey,
Mom,
I-
dad, grandma, grandpa.
there you go. Yeah, I'm looking for old folks between 50 and 80. Give me something more specific, yeah. You don't, you're with your networking person, you're not in front of an attorney or a PR. All right, who else would like to try this out?
I'll go because I'm not gonna do both.
All right,
I'm only gonna do one.
well, let's hear it. Good job.
I'm Julie Bellamson. I am the sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, the #1 direct selling, not multi-level selling company in the world. And, we are the masters of anti-aging. And I recently worked with a bride, she just turned 50, her skin looked 65. In the course of 2 months, I was able to put her on skincare, and when I showed up to do her makeup for her wedding, her skin was glowing, and all of her friends are asking her, oh my gosh, what have you done to your skin? So she was so happy, and that's what we do, and that's the power of our product. A good referral for me is a bride, mother of a bride, anyone with oily skin, because I know why your skin is oily, and how old you are is your business, but how old you look is mine.
Oh, that's a good tag.
Feedback. Feedback.
No, I'm serious.
Say the last thing again, 'cause that was really good.
Yeah.
How old you are is your business, how old you look is mine. I'm
That's
Julie
good.
I should have said I'm Julie Bellinson with Mary Kay Cosmetics.
I like that.
Feedback? So whatever's in the beginning needs to be smaller.
You don't need to worry about the multi-level.
Yeah,
It's
that-
up there.
Leave all
People
that.
don't care, really.
No, not in this situation.
Yeah,
Jim.
Population, yeah, you can talk about that later.
And what we're doing, no, this is remember you got 3 minutes, so you
Because
went
people
over,
always think, oh, Mary Kay, oh, that's that pyramid thing.
Well, what
You
if
have
it
time
comes
to
out
describe
18
that
and
later.
up?
Okay,
You're number one, baby, that's all.
right? that's
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
number one.
You went over time, so part of
I
that. Yes, we need to work that out, but I think you said too much stuff in the middle. You were 17 seconds over.
Pretty good.
It was pretty solid, yeah, no, agreed, but there's just too much jumble. We want it
What
so
was
clear
too
that
much? The middle, what part, about my,
how far it went for your business, hey, Mary Kay consultant, that should have been enough. And then what was your topic?
the bride with the old skin.
Well, did
Right.
you also have a funny story?
But then oily skin, so keep it, the ask needs to be
Okay.
that same as that person your story was about.
Alright.
So that we have one train of thought, so you said too many words that were not specific to this.
Alright.
That's all.
Cause it's almost just if you know somebody that wants to look 20 years younger,
Yeah.
that's dramatic, but like, say, you know a woman that wants to look 10 years younger, and then you can finish with your, cause I love your bang. It seems for matchmaking.
Yes.
We like that.
Right? Yeah, that is pretty cool. So good job. So you see how if you word it the right way, you get specific, you talk about one thing, we're gonna get to know a little bit more. Then the next time I see you, you have another portion that you're gonna pull off your sheet, another thing you're gonna talk about, it's gonna be that one. Keep it specific. I'm gonna learn more every time. The goal when I go into a room, the more I talk to people, I want you to understand what I do so well. When you refer me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know I can get the odor and the stain out of that sofa, right?
Do you say your like position title, or you're just saying your company, your name and your company? You're not saying, I'm this and I'm a project manager, I'm the director, or
Both
do you
of
have
those
that?
don't mean anything to me.
Okay, so you
Right?
say your name and the company.
Yeah, because if you're a project manager, I don't know what that is. If you're a director, that doesn't mean anything. All we need is your business. And that kind of gives you a couple more seconds to put into your story,
Yeah, that's good.
to keep it specific.
It's part of, I don't know if anybody else does EOS, but it's part of EOS also, which is, who cares what your title is, just tell me what you do for the company.
Perfect.
Okay.
EOS, tell us what that stands for.
Entrepreneurial Operating Systems.
So perfect. So we just want to make it specific, make it memorable. I call it a sticky story. So in your story portion of it, make it something I'm going to remember. So some cause and effect. You want to leave a warm fuzzy, or you want to leave an oh shit. That's what you do. So one of those two. You want to pick one because you want it to be memorable. You want to be able to repeat it later. So this could continue on. Now you have the basis on what you need to talk about every time you come to a meeting. Make this different every time. Don't use the same story. I should ever hear the same story. You have enough. We just started, and you've got like 30 different topics you can talk about on
Yeah.
one section of your sheet.
Yeah.
So each one should be 1 week's or 1 meeting's worth.
Okay.
So if you had 10 networking meetings this week, you're using a fifth of your sheet to tell them about it. So have a great story. Be prepared. I made you do it on the fly, but you had a few minutes to think, focus on it, right? And then you were prepared when it came out. So be prepared. When you're not prepared, we can tell. We know you didn't practice it. We know you didn't look at right. We know you just thought of it when you walked in going, oh shit, I'm supposed to say something. How do I introduce myself? What does that look like? You're there to teach and train those you were there with. So when I go in, again, I'm there to teach and train you. I want you to know my business so well that you can sell me. We should be there. We talked about it earlier. We break it down into this contact sphere, and a contact sphere is those you natural referral. When you have a transaction happen, these people are affected. That's your contact sphere. You're all in the same group. I go way beyond that. I want to create power partners. Power partners meaning that even though we're not in the same contact sphere, you and I are gonna sit down, agree, teach each other how to refer each other and what to listen for. So I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure you're on my tribe. I'm gonna refer you, you refer me. When it gets to the point that doesn't happen, then we move along. So when we go through that, you go through and we make this whole mind bubble of different things. You wanna hold yours up? You bring it with you?
I did, it's in the truck.
Yeah, you brought yours with you, right? You have your bubble? Marie?
What?
Your bubble that we made yesterday? You bring that in?
I got that.
There you go. So that's everybody that's connected to her.
That's not everybody.
That's not even everybody, that's a portion of it, right?
Still adding.
We came up with at least 50. Did we do the bubble
We
together?
did a bubble in your
We
office.
did- Yes, we did the bubble together. So we came up with 50 people that are affected by everything she does. So there's a way I make this happen. You need to have 3 in every category. When you have 3 in every category, they're not on your team, they're not in your tribe until you train them. Training them means you sat down and taught them how to listen for trigger words, how to refer you, and then vice versa, they teach you how to refer them. So if somebody's not referring you, it's your fault. You didn't teach them, you didn't take the time to do it, and you gotta maintain relationships. I do it real easy. I make my friends and referral partners show the fuck up to every networking event I go to. So if you're not there, it's hard for me to refer you if you ain't there. How many have I drug you to?
A lot.
Yes,
And
and you're here. Most of you I know outside of you, I've drugged a lot of. I get to know you, and we just met a month ago, maybe, a couple weeks ago.
You actually gave me a massage at Kristen Johnson's house.
So, create those relationships,
Like a year.
leverage those that you already have, so the first bubble ring that I make is what? Who owes you, who do you pay?
Yeah.
Who do you write a check to? That's the first thing I go to, you got leverage. If you're my insurance agent, you don't refer me, you don't understand how I do business or what I do, cool, dude, there's like 8,000 more of you in this town, one of you is gonna wanna refer me. So we will be new partners, I will change insurance in a heartbeat. Dude, if Comcast didn't refer me, I would fire Comcast, Xfinity, my internet person. We just stripped and waxed their floors last month in their office at Green. So I make it that easy. My dentist didn't refer me, dude. I wouldn't use you, I'd find a new dentist. I clean my dentist's office 3 times a year. So I make them use me if I'm paying them. My bankers use me, my financial advisors use me. Everybody in my close sphere is better use me, I'm gonna find a new one. That's the first baby step into making this happen. Then you're gonna go beyond that. What is a weird one we came up with?
A weird one, like the lady at Safeway.
What?
The check, yeah, I met, when I first moved to Greeley, she was my first friend, and I just started talking to people, and now we're Facebook friends, and, I told her she's gonna send me a referral.
And now you're gonna go teach and train her how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing how you can make your circle and your sphere of people want to use you. They're excited to use you, and they wanna figure out ways they can do it. But if you didn't take the time to teach and train them, it is all your fault, so don't expect anything.
What do you mean teach and train them how to use us? You mean sitting down and letting them know exactly what we do?
Keywords, like when like he said, you're being too broad with your asking for a referral, so like, I will say to her, you know, if you hear someone complaining about their rent, give them my name, we can talk. If you hear that they're pregnant, give them my name, we can talk. Cause they may need a bigger house, you know?
Any other response?
Is there a bubble example we can see if we weren't at whatever thing you're talking about to make the bubble? Yeah.
All right, so that's just gonna lead me into a little bit of what's happening in 2 weeks on the September 11th, right? Is that 9/11? 9/11, so you're gonna remember it. 9/11 is how to build and train your tribe. Your tribe is gonna be that bubble that you're talking about that's sitting there in front of you, that you just took a picture of. I help you break down your bubble, how to teach and train it. Spence, we went through a little bit of that this morning, right?
Yep.
So we spent about 45 minutes together figuring out how to make the bubble, where's it come from, who's in it, and then how you train them. So this is that entire thing where we sit down and break down who's in your bubble, what the bubble looks like, how we can make it going forward. A lot of you, if you've been with me at any minute, have seen or went through this, so I'll leave it through. So this class is gonna be 2 weeks, it'll be right here. Same time. So pre-registration, so if you sign up today, it's $20, it pops to 40 when the class comes in within a week. So I may have enough for you for everyone. So all we're gonna do is teach and train you how to build your tribe, what does it look like, and then there's a few things you have to do. So I called this training Suck Less Networking. Part of it is because I need you to suck, we all suck. We suck at some point, we suck at some versions. Number one thing we suck at is follow up. It is amazing how much business you get that you don't follow up on. And it's not on purpose. that you think of, but it is. Oh, I didn't want to do that work. Oh shit, I forgot about it. Oh, that card slid under and you don't try to go figure out how that worked. We all suck. This is to help you suck less. It gives you some tools to put in place. We're gonna create those habits. And once you create that habit, it's just gonna be second nature. It's muscle memory. You're gonna get yourself excited by doing some reticular activities that we'll talk about and building this tribe and getting folks to refer you. And if you do it the same way everyone else does it in your industry, you're not getting anywhere. You're gonna have the same results they have, right? Which a lot of times aren't much of anything. Do it different, meet different people, go in different realms, learn to be different. The best way to be different is to follow up. All you gotta do is follow up and do shit on purpose. Give your minute or your hour a name and a job to do for you. If you do that, you're gonna find out you have so much more time in your schedule. Because I'm sure you've all heard, who do you assign something to do? The busiest person you know.
Yeah.
Because the busiest person you know knows how to assign time, knows how to make room for things to happen. Again, I'm at 12 networking events a week. I still get asked to go coach another one or teach a different class or be the speaker, because the other thing you want to do is always be prepared. I went to an event, they didn't have a speaker, I became their speaker that day. Because I am always prepared. Always prepared, and if you're always prepared, these opportunities come up, you don't even know they were coming up. So be prepared, train everyone around you. And then it's rest of God. You've got to be able to do things. Quick few things we just learned about, right? When we talked this morning, it's gonna be make sure that you follow each other on social media. There's business social media, personal social media. This is how I refer minimum every morning, part of my routine. 50 people get referred every morning, and referred means I either shared your post, I commented on your post, I have shared something out for you, or I've sent you a referral and tagged you in it. I do 50 every morning.
He also shows up. I did a first time home buyer class last week and he showed up just to be supportive, you know, which is really cool.
So you do whatever you want to do, suck less. You need to show up for people. You need to do whatever you do, but do it consistently. So if you're going to join a group, if you're going to be part of something, do it consistent, be there every time. It takes a while to build a relationship, and depending on what you do, shit, it takes a long while. Dude, if you were selling candy, that'd probably be a one transaction setup. That'd be easy. First time I met you, hell yeah, how much is it? If you were selling flowers, probably the same boat. Shit, dude, you want to take over my entire financial world and change everything I've ever done? Edward Jones? Dude, it might take a minute, a year.
Takes a while,
Dude, you're gonna,
trust me.
right, it's gonna take a minute to feed. So know that, depending on what you do is how long it's gonna take to get a referral, or expect an ROI. And then what's the ROI look like? And am I talking to the right people? So nothing happens immediately. So, bottom line, life is one big mind game. The only person you're playing is yourself. Keeping that all in mind, we are the ones that have to push through. You have to suck less than the next person. And that means finding the time to make things happen. Show up for people. And when you show up, it means far more than a referral. It's you showing up, it's you doing support. Dude, I would take that over anything. I threw a random ass barbecue the other night and had 40 people show up to a barbecue I threw at my shop for networking partners. And all of those showed up, just got bumped in my list to where I'm teaching and training them how to refer to me and how I can refer to them. Now they're gonna be my first referrals.
Say I was sick.
I was throwing up, you don't want to hear.
So that's, right. So that's how I do it. So just take your time, do things on purpose, be prepared, and suck a little less. And hopefully I'll see you in 2 weeks.
This is,
Pulling up today's event.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that.
what'd you say?
I suck.
So
You should have another option in there.
Is this the wrong QR
It
code?
didn't give it. It just says this event has ended and it shows your face.
Oh, it's over. You have your chance.
Oh, dear.
That's me, I'll pull it up. All right, so we have this room for another 30 minutes. You're welcome to hang out, chat with each other. If you have questions, I'm hanging out until so you guys are out of here. I will pull up that QR code real quick on my phone. You can see it there. See where's that phone?
At chamber events, are these usually events we don't hand out our cards unless someone asks us? Like, is that rude? Kind of, and it's more.
Like this?
Yeah, like I mean, it was my first day, so I'm just gonna, I don't know.
So you mean like right now?
Yeah, like, what if you normally do
So this, yes, I expect you all to.
What's frowned upon?
Networking, share a business card, we wanna build, we wanna get to know each other, and that's gonna be your follow-up, you're gonna write it down. So yes, you should share cards with people in here before you leave.
Okay.
Got a card?
Yes.
Right on cue.
Are you doing a raffle of some sort?
Oh shit, my bad. Do I have your business cards? I'm giving away $100 gift cards by services, auto detailing, carpet cleaning. I'm giving away this book right here. It is called Master of Sales. And a tumbler that we have, I got some business cards that a friend of mine created for me who lives right in Loveland. So,
Edward Jones card.
all right. All right.
One that's bent.
Quick to one. All right. DMG Solutions.
Yeah, he's one. No, I haven't.
Creator Dental in the back, and another book.
Residential painting, you say, yeah.
Christine Connor.
I won?
Yeah, so,
And
lastly, kind of doing just kind of, interior stuff, working with a couple customers.
Spencer.
Oh, sweet. And I need to get back to you. Nice. Thank you. But yeah, helping, one realtor that I work with, helping him with a couple of clients that he's got, houses that he's bought, so just stuff like that. So right now it's basically like a two-man crew, and then I work with subcontractors as well. So yeah, I kind of been doing these kind of smaller jobs myself, one other guy, and then kind of the bigger projects I've got subcontractors that I work with. So yeah, just kind of working on building it out that way. Yeah. Yeah. Sure, yeah. Yeah. So not that you need help in networking. It's like, oh, I do. I need help. Your brain's not working like this, dude. How long have you worked this back?
Right, how'd it go, dude?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I've never really any kind of
So what'd you take out of it?
yeah, I mean, I think just the whole commercial, learning how to network, I think that's, kind of just mentioned to me, she said, not that you need help networking, but here's an event. I said, no, I do need help. I do need to learn, so yeah, really appreciate
Hopefully it's a
that.
whole different way of looking at it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, and it's like that's kind of.
Just gotta build that comfort zone.
Right, yeah, and that's kind of the corner I've been, it's like, I don't really have any idea how to network. That's probably the most valuable thing you can do. But not knowing how, yeah, right, not knowing how, any idea how to do that. So yeah.
And this will make you do it different, so you
Yeah,
stand
for
out,
sure.
you're not being offensive, you're
Yeah.
being a resource.
Right.
That's what this makes it different, because if you do it wrong, people will sit here and ask, well,
Right.
I talk to you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been figuring out. Okay, how do I, not only how do I get in the room with these people, but how do I make it next expression and build a relationship? So,
Remember you.
yeah, right. Well, I'm looking, I definitely see you come next minute, so.
Good, I mean, all right, here's the QR code for the next events on my laptop. If you want to scan it there. One of those. Man, I didn't switch it out. I thought I did. I just grabbed the wrong one.
Cool, got it.
Travis?
Yeah.